Welcome to today's lesson in physics. Today we are discussing example 7-9 from the textbook. A 3-meter long ladder weighing 20 kilogram leans on a frictionless wall. Its feet rest on the floor 1 meter from the wall as shown in figure. Find the reaction forces of the wall and the floor. So this is the diagram which is given. As you can see, the ladder rests on the wall and the floor, one side or one end on the wall and the other end on the floor, and it is in the state of equilibrium, and we are asked to find the reaction forces from the wall and the floor. Analyzing the question given, we know that the ladder is having a length 3 meter and it's having a mass also. So its weight will be acting through its center of gravity, which is the same as center of mass, and it will be at the geometrical center of the ladder. So through the center of the ladder, the weight mg is acting downwards. Now on the two ends where the ladder touches the wall and the floor, there will be two forces. So first we will think about the end where the ladder touches the wall. So there along the floor there will be force of static friction which opposes the sliding motion of the ladder, which is downwards, the impending sliding motion of the ladder downwards. You know, when we keep a ladder like this, there is a possibility that the ladder will slide down. Okay, so the force of friction which opposes that impending sliding motion of that ladder downwards, that is acting along the wall upwards. That is what is shown here. So this is that friction force of friction. And normal to the wall, we have the force exerted by the end of the ladder. So opposing that, there will be a normal reaction in the opposite direction that comes in this direction, that is the normal reaction by the wall. So this is the usual situation when we keep a ladder slanting on the wall. But it's in the question it's given that it is a frictionless wall. So there is no possibility of this force. That means frictional force which opposes the impending sliding motion of the ladder downwards, it's not there since it is mentioned that it is a frictionless wall. Now coming to the other end of the wall, we have this end. So here also we have two forces coming into action. As we discussed earlier, opposing the impending motion of the ladder towards left side, towards this side, there is an impending motion when it slides. Opposing that, there comes a static friction which is in the opposite direction. So this is the direction of that static friction. So that is one force, and another force, that is the normal reaction from the floor. So that normal reaction, it acts perpendicular to the floor. So these two forces act on the point where the ladder comes into contact with the floor. The two forces Fs and N. So in the question it is asked to find reaction forces from the wall and the floor. So reaction force from the wall means it is only this normal reaction, and from the floor means we have to find both Fs and that normal reaction, and we have to find the resultant of this Fs and N. Then only it comes as the reaction from the floor, because reaction from the floor, it comes in two components. One is that frictional force and the other is that normal reaction. So we have to find the resultant of these two forces. To find the resultant of these two forces, what we need to do is complete the parallelogram and draw the diagonal. So that diagonal comes as the reaction force at that end. Okay, so that reaction force, we call it as F2, and that is the direction, and that's what we need to find. So we need to find the reaction from the wall and the reaction from the floor. This is the figure given in the textbook. So weight mg of this ladder, it will be acting downwards through the center of gravity. That means at this point, that's what W is given. And we have to find both F1 and F2. Arrow marks you have to correct. This is the direction of F1 and this is the direction of F2 and N. So we need to find both F1 and F2. So to find both F1 and F2, to find the F2, we need to find N and F, which is the frictional force. Then only we can find F2. So first we have to frame equations to get these unknown values. For that, we can apply the conditions for translational equilibrium and rotational equilibrium, because it's given that the ladder, it is resting on the floor and the wall like this. So it is in equilibrium. So first we will apply the condition for translational equilibrium. We know for translational equilibrium, the condition is net to force should be equal to 0. Here, you know, the forces are there in horizontal direction as well as in vertical direction. So we can apply the condition for translational equilibrium in horizontal direction and in vertical direction separately. So first, let's begin with horizontal direction. In horizontal direction, on the ladder, there are two forces acting. One is this normal reaction, that is F1, and the other. So this is one horizontal force, that is F1, and the other horizontal force which is there, it is this force of friction which is acting towards the wall, we can say. So F1 and F are the two forces. They are acting in opposite direction. They are the only forces in horizontal direction. So for the translational equilibrium in horizontal direction, the net force should be equal to 0. So our equation becomes F1 minus F is equal to 0. One direction we will take positive. So opposite direction, it has to be negative. So F1's direction we took as positive. So frictional force direction, it is negative. So our expression becomes F1 minus F is equal to 0. So from this equation, it's clear that F1 is equal to F. So to find the F, it's enough to find F1. Okay, so that is the advantage here. We need to get the F, it's enough to find F1. So that is equation 1. So one equation we got. Now, in vertical direction, when we look in vertical direction, there are forces. Which all forces we have? Weight mg is acting downward, and normal reaction, we can see that it is acting in the opposite direction. So weight mg acting downward and n is acting upward. So the expression we can write, the condition for vertical equilibrium or translational equilibrium in vertical direction, the equation becomes, so upward direction will take us positive, so n minus w is equal to 0. So net to force is equal to 0. So we have n minus w equal to 0, or n is equal to w. So easily we are getting n. What is n? N is equal to w. That w is equal to m into g, where m is the mass of the ladder and g is the acceleration due to gravity. Okay, so that is equation 2. So we got two equations. Now we can apply the condition for rotational equilibrium. So when we think about rotational equilibrium, we need to consider the point about which we are speaking about the rotational equilibrium. So for easiness, we take the point, because here it is easy to take the points either A or B. More easy to do with the point A. So we consider the point A. So about the point A, the ladder is in rotational equilibrium. Okay, about the point A. So about the point A, the net torque on the ladder is equal to 0. That's the condition we apply. So we need to write the expression for net torque on the ladder about the point O and equate it to 0, because it is in rotational equilibrium. So all the forces we need to consider and write the expression for net torque. So for writing the condition for rotational equilibrium, we can write about the point O, net torque equal to 0. So only two forces we have to consider. One is the weight and the other is the reaction from the wall. That means torque due to this one and this one. Because the torque due to N, F and all, it becomes 0 because it is at the point A itself. So that perpendicular distance, it becomes 0. So to find torque, to write the expression for torque, it is very easy. Force into perpendicular distance of the line of action of the force from the point under consideration. So here point under consideration is A. So first we consider the torque due to weight W. So torque due to W is W into W is 20 into G. G is 9.8. 20 kilogram is the mass of the ladder. So 20 into G, or we write W into that perpendicular distance from the fixed point. That point is A to the point or to the line of action of W. It is half that 1 meter. So it will be 1 by 2. So torque due to W is W into 1 by 2. Force into perpendicular distance. Force is W and perpendicular distance is 1 by 2. Okay. And what type of torque it produces? You can see that it produces clockwise torque. So it has to be written as negative. So the torque due to W is minus W into 1 by 2. Now similarly, considering the torque due to F1, here the torque due to F1, we can consider the distance. That means we need to find the distance, perpendicular distance of the line of action of F1 from A. So perpendicular distance from the line of action of F1 from A, it is this distance. That is the same as the distance BC in the figure. So using Pythagoras theorem, you know, ladder length is 3 meter and AC is 1 meter. It's given in the question itself. So BC we will get it to be 2 root 2 meter by using Pythagoras theorem. Okay. So we have the torque due to the force F1. Torque due to the force F1, you can see that the torque produced is anti-clockwise. Okay, it's not in clockwise, it is in anti-clockwise direction. So the torque will be positive and we can write F1 into perpendicular distance, it is 2 root 2. It is positive. So our expression becomes F1 into 2 root 2 minus W into that distance is half. That is equal to 0. That is our expression, the condition for rotational equilibrium. Minus W into 1 by 2 plus F1 into 2 root 2 equal to 0. So that is our third equation. In this equation, we already know W. So substituting the value of W, we will easily get F1. So substituting the value of W, we have W, we have 196 Newton. So we will get F1 as 34.6 Newton. Since W equal to 196 Newton, we will get N also as 196 Newton. And we get F1 as 34.6 Newton. If we get F1 as 34.6 Newton, we know F also is 34.6 Newton. So we got all the things. That means normal reaction from the wall, it is F1, that is 34.6 Newton. Now we got N and F also. Now we have to find the resultant of N and F. Then only we'll get F2. For that we have to use not Pythagoras, we have to use parallelogram law of vector addition. So root of a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta. Theta, here it is 90 degree. The angle between N and F, it is 90 degree. So cos 90 is 0. So that equation becomes root of F square plus N square. So just substituting the values of F and N and taking the sum and the square root, we will get F2 to be 199 Newton. So we got the values of F1 and F2, which are the reactions from the wall and the floor respectively. Now to find the direction, that is optional. To find the direction, we can use tan alpha equal to n by f. That tan alpha we always find ay by ax, y component by x component. So here y component is n and x component is f. So we'll get it to be 4 root 2. So tan inverse 4 root 2 will get around 80 degree. So only this much for today. Thank you.